Hi team, this is my next video of the Introduction to Linux Managing Processes and System Service topic. In this video I would like to talk about systemd services. System services are processes that are started by operating system and sit in the background waiting to handle requests. These services might include web servers, file servers, mail servers, and others. In Linux, a system service is called a daemon. The term daemon was first introduced by programmers at MIT. They took the name from the Greek mythology, where a daemon was a genius or deity and was regarded as a good spirit or angel. In this sense, Linux daemons are good spirits. They're working in the background doing good things. Due to Linux services being named daemons, a lot of Linux service names ended with D, such as HTTPD, SMBD, SSHD, and so on. This is a standard practice, but not absolute. Then the Linux system boots. The bootloader loads the kernel. The kernel in turn starts one super service, and that service starts all other processes. Most legacy Linux systems use System 5 init for this job. That system had a few issues. It started services asynchronously or one at a time that lead to failed or slow service holding up the others. Each service was a shell script that got run, which wasn't very fast. If a service was restarted, it would lose network connection for a moment, causing interruptions. It was a decent design for 1980s, but it needed to be replaced. The newest replacement was systemd, and it's fast becoming the standard across all types of Linux. Systemd is a package of software that provides an array of system components that replaces traditional system services. Its main goal is to unify service configuration across different Linux distributions. In the past, one of the major differences between distributions was how the system booted and how services were managed. Systemd includes a init system that used to boot the system and manage system processes. It also provides replacement for various daemons and utilities. As of 2015, most of all major distributions have switched to systemd. Systemd objects are called units, and for each unit there is a unit file that's stored on a disk. That file contains the unit configuration. The systemctl command is used to manage systemd units. Let's take a look at the commands in our terminal. Let's type in systemctl space list dash unit dash files space dash d service and hit enter. In the output we see three columns. The first column is the service name. The second column is the service state, which could be enabled, disabled, or static. The third and the last column is the state specified by the distribution. By comparing these two columns, we can see if our configuration has changed from when the operating system was installed. The enabled state means that it will start automatically at the boot. Disabled means it will not start automatically. And static means the service not enabled and has no provisions to be enabled. Some services are not meant to start automatically and may be dependencies of the other services. A mask service cannot start or cannot be enabled. It needs to be unmasked to start. Let's press Q to exit. To get more information about running services, let's type in systemctl list dash units space dash t space service and press enter. By default, list units -t service shows enabled running services. Okay, we see them over here, active and running. Let's press Q to exit. If we include a parameter in the command, it will also show enabled non-running service. That would be services that are configured to start on boot up, but aren't currently running. Let's bring the command back and let's add -a and press enter. A colored dot is shown next to the service that were masked, not found, or otherwise failed. The output will have 5 columns. The first column is the service name. The second column shows if the unit file was loaded, meaning if it's ran. The active column shows the general state. The sub-column shows more detailed information about its state, including whether it's running or not. The contents of the sub-column will change with the unit type. The last column is a description of the service. We can also filter by the state of the service. For instance, if we wanted a list of services that are active and currently running, we can bring our line back and we can add -- state running and hit enter. So we can see only services with the running state. Each service has a unit file that holds its configuration. This file is stored on a disk. We can view these files to get we can take a look at these files to get an idea of how they work. For example, by using the rsyslog service. Let's clear out of here and let's systemctl cat rsyslog and press enter. The service name is rsyslog service, but we only type rsyslogs. So for this command, we don't need an extension. This works because service is the default unit type. For our unit files, we will need to include the extensions. What we see here is the unit file which determines service dependencies, what command it executes, and what the service should do if the command dies. We can also get the status of a single service as well. Let's type in systemctl status rsyslog and hit enter. This gives us the status of the service, then it started and the process ID number and some log files at the bottom. Okay, this is it for this video. Thank you very much.